What's up, world? YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Right now, I'm in one of my favorite parks, but right now it's under construction, and it's one of the closest and only places nearby where I can come and kind of be at peace and just kind of experience nature and ground myself. So I apologize for the background. And I wish the sun was out so that I could really illuminate my thoughts and really put out some really high quality, good information to you and have it real nice, crisp, and clear and focused. But I think I still can, and I will. So, what's this video going to be about? What am I going to talk about? This video is going to be about the power of thoughts. I'm going to talk about how powerful your thoughts are and really bring that to your awareness, as well as talk about the life and the death of a thought. You know, thoughts aren't just something that thoughts aren't just something that just passes and just goes away. Thoughts are as real as you and me. Whenever you create a thought, that thought is going to grow into something real. Every single thought you think is going to grow into something real. And I want to bring that to your awareness, and I want to talk about this. So how am I going to lay this video out? What is it going to consist of? Firstly, I'll talk about what a thought actually is, from my perspective, of course. Next, I'll talk about the energies that affect how thoughts manifest, how thoughts, the nature of the thoughts that we put out. And from there, I'm going to talk about how and why, and if you even should protect yourself from the type of thoughts you put out and the type of energy that trigger the thoughts that you put out. And after that, I'll talk about why one should protect themselves from the type of energy, or not protect, but why they should monitor the type of energies that they experience through themselves. You know, we're experiencing energies all the time. We're always experiencing energies. Even right now at this moment, I'm experiencing many different types of energies, which are triggering many thoughts within me, as well as you are. And thereafter, I'll end that portion of the video by talking about the life and the death of a thought, the whole life path of a thought, and how it's born and how it crystallizes into reality, and even if it dies or not. And lastly, I'll finish the video by talking about this year, 2019. Astrologically speaking, I'll talk about a couple of things I learned in astrology about this year. And the two things that a few of the things that I learned about this year are related to the Uranus transit and the Jupiter transit. You know, I've been only learning about this for the past 2 years, and you know, you can read all the books that you want, but there's nothing like a real life experience to really send the message home and make it real for you. And that's what I'm going to do, and that's the reason why I'm going to talk about that, and maybe you can relate it to your own life. So let's get started with this. What's a thought? A thought is your conscious and your subconscious interpretation of energy moving through your body. So, what type of energy moves through our bodies? Well, the energy of nature moves through our bodies. And that's the reason why I'm out here right now in as close to nature as I can be, so that I can absorb really pure energy and put out really pure quality content and information as best as I can. It's the whole purpose behind being out here, being outdoors, and being in the state that I am when I create, or when I need to think, or when I need to put out something of good quality. And we also, what else also affects thought is, another energy that affects thought is the energy of the cosmos, the cosmic energy, the sun, the stars, the planets, the moons. All of these energies are constantly moving in a cyclic fashion, and they come close to us, the energy gets strong, and they move away from us, and the energy becomes weaker. And we're constantly moving through this energy. And also our own subconscious. Our own subconscious is a huge storage system it's like a database of everything that we've experienced in our lives. And everything is stored in your subconscious. And when we do things in our day-to-day lives, our subconscious is used as a reference to help us make decisions in our everyday lives. And of course, the past isn't always the best source to use to make a decision for right now. Sometimes the past needs to be completely wiped clean. Sometimes the past is not productive. It doesn't really help anything. But that's one thing that's triggering thoughts within us and shaping and molding thoughts. And also the auras of other people. When we experience someone else's aura, it triggers thoughts. It's energy moving through us, and it's triggering thoughts. We are interpreting that energy, and we're saying, hey, what type of energy is this? And then you create a thought, you create a reaction to that energy. And of course it's up to you, for the most part, like how you want to react and the type of thought you want to put out to these energies or from these energies. But you got to be aware of it. That is even something that you should be concerned with. You have to be aware of it first. And also, what other energies that we're experiencing is the thoughts of other people. I just mentioned the auras of other people, but also the thoughts of other people. And people are experiencing, the thoughts of us, the thoughts that we put out. You see, every thought that you think about, it's not idle. You think it, and it goes out into the universe. And right now, all around me, there's just huge amounts of information and thoughts of other people. Some of it I'm picking up, some of it I'm not picking up. And whether I pick it up or not is based on the type of affinity that I have for those thoughts. And if I have the appropriate, not appropriate, but if I have like the matching affinity for whatever thought that's around me, that's moving through me, I pick that thought up. And I play a part in helping that thought to manifest. That thought uses me as a conduit, as an intermediary. It uses me to carry out its will. And your thoughts do the same. The thoughts you put out, people who have a like affinity to your thoughts, absorb your thoughts, and they carry out the will of that thought that you put out. So you really want to be careful of, for that reason, of what type of thoughts you put out. So now let's talk about how to protect yourself from negative interpretations of thoughts, or negative influences of energies that shape our thoughts. How to shield and protect ourselves from these things. Well, one way, or a couple of ways to shield and protect ourselves from negative reactions and negative influences of energies that shape and mold our thoughts is through prayer. Another is through self-talk. So why does prayer or self-talk shield us from negative, low vibrational thinking? Why does it shield us from creating low vibrational thinking and even absorbing someone else's low vibrational thinking? It does so because when you are praying or talking to yourself, and especially if you do it sincerely and honestly and intentionally, you are in direct communication with your higher self, God, your ancestors, the universe, whatever you deem to be what everyone answers to. And when you're in direct communication with such an entity, such a force, you have no choice but to be on the same vibration of that entity, that force. And by you being on the same vibration, and it's going to be positive, it shields you from anything petty, anything negative, anything low vibrational. So, am I saying that you should just pray all the time and just all the time pray every moment? No, I'm not saying that. But you can. It wouldn't hurt. And if you did it enough, eventually you wouldn't have to do it anymore, because it would put that frequency of thought into your mind. You would be able to access it anytime you need it. And upon complete mastery, you could just live in that frequency, live on a level of higher thinking, higher thought, higher concentration, purity, putting out good stuff, good information that will manifest into really beautiful, wonderful things. The type of things that you want to experience, and the type of things that you want everyone else to experience. You know, something beautiful, something wonderful, more of what the world needs. Nothing negative. So that's how to shield yourself from, that's one way how to shield yourself from negative thinking, or shield or prevent yourself from putting out negativity into the world. Now let's talk about the importance of really monitoring the type of energy that you allow to move through you. Do you know, are you aware of what you think about all the time? Do you just let things play out in your mind, in your head, and just don't pay attention to them? If you do this, you could be making a huge mistake. Just letting things play out in your mind and not paying attention to them, or just like some energy moving through your body. You just let it move through your body, and you just let your mind play with that energy and just do as it pleases. When you do that, you are putting your destiny into the hands of just the hands of everything. Whatever energy is moving through you, you're putting your destiny in the hands of that. You're taking your destiny out of your own hands when you do that. When you just let your thoughts run free, and you don't control how they change and how they interact with energies that are moving through you. So, like, if you have like some stream of some thought, like some jealousy, for example, or just like some sudden low vibrational thinking, you don't know where it came from, and you just let it be. No, you need to deal with that. You need to consciously work on it, manipulate it, and be a magician and make it into something good, and transform it and put some good energy, good thought out into the universe, so that it could materialize, crystallize into something that can benefit whoever picks it up. And if it's not beneficial, or even if it's beneficial, you're going to be the first person to be affected by it when you put it out. So be careful about what you put out, the type of thoughts, the type of thoughts you put out, and be conscious of the type of energy that's moving through you, so that you can be a really good co-creator of the thoughts that you set out and set free into the universe. Okay, so now let's talk about the life of a thought. All right, so I just talked about how thoughts are born. How do thoughts begin? How do thoughts go through the process of materialization and crystallizing and becoming real? Well, a thought can't go directly from a thought all the way to something tangible, real, something that we can directly experience. It doesn't, well, it can, but it needs some intermediate steps, some intermediaries, some conduits to transfer the thought into lower vibration to lower vibration to lower vibration to lower vibration to material things, to real things. Thoughts are very high vibrational, and they have to go to lower and lower and lower vibrations to materialize. Now, one of the conduits that helps thought to materialize is our feelings, our emotions. When our thoughts get in touch with our feelings and our emotions, this sets into motion what's physical, the physical. And this is what drives you to make things happen. So you can't just you don't just put the thought out and the thought becomes something real. Actually, a thought is on the same vibration as, or more on the same vibration as another thought. So really the quickest way to get your thoughts to make some huge change in the world is through your thoughts interacting with the thoughts of others. Not with your thoughts interacting with matter, but your thoughts interacting with the thoughts of others. Because the thoughts you put out are basically seeds that you plant that go from higher vibration to lower vibration to lower vibration to lower vibration to manifest into the tree that seed was supposed to become. So those are my thoughts on thoughts. Okay, so now I'll end the video by talking about this year, my experience with learning about the astrological energy climate and how it works and how things work in real life and how we experience them. Well, earlier this year I made a video titled Clouds Blocking the Sun, How to Move Them. And at the end of that video I talked a little bit about the astrological change that was happening then, which was the Uranus transit. Uranus was just transiting and moving into Taurus, and Taurus is a earth energy, and it's a very practical, steady building type of energy. And Taurus is in my third house. And what's the third house? The third house is about communication. It's about community. It's about your siblings. It's about things that are very familiar to us in our lives. It's about higher education. And back then I was kind of talking about and kind of wondering how this energy would play out in my third house for me. Taurus is in my third house, and Uranus is in Taurus. And for me, this year, here's how it has played out for me. For over the past 6 months, I've been in a different country. I'm in South Korea. I'm in Seoul. I'm in a huge city. It's a huge city, huge busy city. And if you know me, I'm not really a city person. I'd much rather be out in nature and be able to look out my window and see lots of trees. That's the perfect scene for me. But based on circumstances in my professional life, it was best that I take a job here in order to advance my career and make things work out better for me in the future. And it was an opportunity that I couldn't really pass up if I wanted to continue on in the near future with what I'm planning to do later. But that was one effect that Uranus had on me. It put me in a situation where I'm living in a city, and a city is full of people, lots of communication. Third house is all about people and communication, and I'm not really a city person. Most of my living locations have not been in cities, but now it's in a city for now. And the third house is also about education, higher education. And lately, for me, over like the past 3 months, I've been going to a school for language learning, learning a foreign language. One of my dreams in life is to be able to fluently speak 2 or 3 foreign languages. That's one of my dreams. And Uranus is it's a type of energy that it's the authentic you, the real you. And sometimes the authentic you, the you that you hide from everyone, it can disrupt and shake things up, and it's kind of why you keep it hidden. But Uranus exposes that type of thing. So Uranus is in my third house, and my third house is about higher education, and it has really infused me with a lot of energy and determination to study and learn a foreign language, and it's been a whole lot of fun. It hasn't been easy, but I've learned to really explore and be in and have fun with the whole process of everything, whether things are going my way or if they're not going my way. I'm enjoying the whole process, and with me, I'm not really focused on results, the end result, on whether this gets accomplished or not, but I'm mostly making sure that I'm having fun while I'm doing it. I'm really focused while I'm doing it, and I'm just focusing on the moment of while I'm doing it. So that's Uranus for me, and also I've had I don't live with my family. My family is in another country. They're in the U.S. and it's about the third house is about your original family. It's about siblings, and a lot of these people have kind of come back, kind of popped up in my life, and kind of have kind of been trying to communicate with me, which is a little bit unusual, and I'm guessing it has something to do with the Uranian energy in my third house. And Jupiter. Jupiter is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is in my 10th house, and the 10th house is about career and reputation. And Sagittarius is the type of it's a sign, it's the type of energy that it's about understanding the bigger picture, the bigger picture of life. And it's about religion, it's about world travel, it's about anything that helps you see the bigger picture of life. And that's what's in my 10th house. And the 10th house is about career, it's about reputation. And I've spent well over a decade living and working and traveling abroad from in various countries. So that's, I guess it's related to my 10th house, my career, my reputation. It has Sagittarius within it. But Jupiter was in Sagittarius in my 10th house, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion, good luck, abundance, greater wisdom. So by Jupiter being in Sagittarius in my 10th house, in my career house, my reputation house, it's supposed to really expand my reputation, whatever I'm known for, and whatever I'm known for, and my career and things like this. And to be honest, I haven't really seen any expansion in my career or my reputation. But it's easy to look at things better. It's easier to look at things in hindsight than to just look at them now and say, hey, it's easier to look at things like it's easier to look at things after they've happened already. And I guess right now I'm still in the trenches, and it's harder to see what's going on because right now I'm still in the trenches. So that's it. That's what's been going on with me in my life and in understanding astrology. And next month, Jupiter is going to move out of Sagittarius and into Capricorn. And Capricorn is in my 11th house, and 11th house is about hopes, dreams, friends, networking, really reaching out to people. So it's gonna, I guess, have a huge effect. It's supposed to gift me on the type of people that I expand and reach out to and network with in the future. Okay, so it's getting a little bit cold out here, and it's getting cloudier and cloudier and cloudier. So I guess it's my cue to wrap this up. And I really appreciate you for watching, and I hope you took something from this. And please like, share, subscribe, comment, browse my channel. I love you, and as always, I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm gone.